Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Just yesterday, I made a video on how to do something like this using the artistic media brush. Then I started thinking there's really a lot better way to do this. So I made a color, and I'm just going to go ahead and make a new color, just kind of show you how I did it. I'm going to take a six-sided polygon, and then I'm going to divide it into pies. So I'm going to go here, or pieces of pie shapes. And then I'm going to, you can't just go over here and pick a color. So you've got to use the smart fill tool. And I've almost found it's easier just to go ahead and fill those in and then go back and change your colors. Because you can't just fill that in with a color because it's not really a color or it's not a space until you fill it in. And we'll call that good. Now, what I want to do is nudge that out of the way and get rid of this. And maybe nudge this out of the way and get rid of my lines. I don't want my lines in there. One more. And I should have grouped them together. So now we're going to put these together. Well, I got two greens. I want a yellow. And I'm going to group these together. You know, I can already see a little white spot. Like I didn't get that one back in perfect. In the exact same spot, I must have nudged it. Because you don't want any white showing. Now, we're going to take this, we're going to go to Object and group it together. And then I'm going to get the twirl tool. I want it bigger than my item. I'm going to click right in the middle. I'm going to twirl. And see, you've got that. Now, there's a couple of different ways we could do this. Because in the previous video, we didn't want these outer parts to mess up the letters. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to basically take the crop tool with it selected. This is not what I did on the first one, but I started thinking this will really help. So just try to get a square where you don't have any voids and then crop that. Now what we can do is see how big this thing is, and it's huge. Let's make it 6 inches across. Change our nudge factor to 6 and just do that, and then maybe mirror it and then Control D and call that good. Now I need to group this together. Go to Object, Group. Now I'm going to bring in my text, and there's a couple, and I'm going to use the intersect tool because that way I can do this over and over and over. So I'm going to bring my text in. It's not quite big enough, so I can, and also I need it to the front of the page for this to work. Now I'm going to grab my item and I'm just going to stretch it because it doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to change this right now to a hairline, which doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to select everything and I'm going to intersect it. And what that did, that gave us that. Now, if I should not have moved it. I should have nudged it because then I can put that right back. And if I wanted an outline, I could pick the outline and make it thicker to make it kind of stand out a little bit. But to kind of get away, or what we did yesterday, I'm going to do it a little bit different because he just wanted kind of like a hair, the outer part of it, like this one, just the outside letters. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to take, let's zoom in here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to Effects and Contour just a little bit to the outside. Now, what I can do is take my Smart Fill tool and fill in that contour line. Now I'm going to nudge it over. You know what? I'm going to change my nudge factor bigger. This thing is like, wow, over 15 inches. So I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool, fill that in and nudge it over. Fill that in and nudge it over. Fill that in and nudge it over, and maybe even fill that in and nudge it over. Now what we have is a space, and I'm going to left click, right click. And I think I'm going to weld it together. And then I'm going to take this, place it in our color, and try the intersect tool. And now I just have the outer part. And if I would have, well, I did nudge it. I can now nudge. So we could leave it like that, or we could take our outline and make our outline even a different color. You know, you could make it a different color. That's really pretty cool. And if you had a thicker font, you'd get a thicker or a different font like I did yesterday. You could get really a lot of colors. But anyway, I hope that helps somebody someday, and thank you for watching.